Man, is this thing just so epic. Look at that. The apocalyptic stone wash. Sorry, I didn't get that one. The apocalyptic. Okay, try again. Sorry. Technical difficulties. The apocalyptic stone wash finish on here. Look at that. Microtech Socom Elite. Got gold anodization on this aluminum handle scale. Seems to be two parts that are screwed together with various Torx bits. Got a massive pivot right here, and it runs on bearings, which are inside there. You can kind of see them. Anyways, hello everyone, welcome back to another knife video. Today I'm super excited to announce that I received a new knife in the mail. Now, you know, as us knife collectors, we have this disease that somehow requires us to get multiple knives. I found this knife on eBay for about $290, I think the seller was asking, because this did not include the box. It was a display model. I gave him an offer for $240 just to see how low I could go. The seller responded to my $240 offer with a $250 offer, which I happily accepted, and with the shipping and taxes, it ended up being about $279, which I think is a pretty good deal, considering this knife is in almost brand new condition. It just does not have the original box. I went ahead and removed the pocket clip because why would I be carrying this knife in an urban setting? I am not a tactical operator, therefore I don't need a freaking sword in my pocket. Probably go with something like a Spyderco Para 3. That's a good sized knife for like everyday tasks. If you're a real badass, I guess you use this knife to cut open your letters. I really wanted this knife because it's just such a premium piece of machinery. Everything is thought out about this thing. Like this extra piece of aluminum that they left here so that the head of the screw from the lock insert can actually have enough material that's supported on this side of the knife. It's indented here as well to make room for the screws that fix the lock bar inside this handle scale. It's perfectly centered. Just looks absolutely stunning with this blade finish. I think they have a plain stonewash, which is much brighter than this. And then they also have some satin ones. Not sure what the material is that they put in here. It's this really nice sort of rubber grippy material that looks to be epoxied inside of these pockets. And it's not on this side. It's only on the show side of the knife. The blade stock is absolutely massive. Almost 2/10 of an inch. That's insane. This thing is super thick. In comparison to like a typical Spyderco knife, here's the Military 2, which I've also reviewed on the channel. I'll link it up right here if you haven't seen this. This knife, for example, has a much thinner blade stock. 1.4. So you've got a whole 500 thousandths of an inch more on this guy right here. Is my math even mathing right now? Probably not. Let's get a good look at this Socom Elite against some other popular models. First, let's start off with the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight. Next, let's do the Spyderco Para 3, the Benchmade 940. Here it is next to a Victorinox Electrician. Last, let's do the CRK Undumzon. I'm curious to see how heavy this thing is. It's a really large knife, but it seems very lightweight for its size. So exactly how light is it? 4.9 ounces. That's pretty good. Let's see what the actual dimensions are. We're looking at a 4-inch blade, a 5-inch handle for an overall length of 9 inches. Now, upon first inspection of the knife, it looks to be in excellent, almost new condition. It's definitely been opened and touched, obviously. This knife is much more usable without the pocket clip. It's so comfortable. I'm not the hugest fan of pocket clips as it goes, and this one is tipped down, which is just absolutely atrocious. Luckily, they provide some pretty standard Torx screws, so you can go ahead and take this off. Let's go ahead and test it against this composition notebook paper to see what it's like. It's not razor sharp. This is what an actually sharp edge should do. You can see the difference. So in conclusion, I'm super happy with this purchase. The knife is in great condition. It really meets the expectations I had. Super excited to use it. The knife is a little bit dull right out of the package, but that's no problem. We'll go ahead and resharpen this thing, and I'll make another video about that. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.